was going to do a Seth impression, but let's not. All right, everyone. Welcome back to the best episode of the year, the final episode of Commander Clash Season 11. It's the stats episode where I, Richard, put together a presentation to boost my ego, according to YouTube. I get to tell you guys what went down in the season. We have all the stats, who died the most. Was it Tomer, even though he's not even here? What cards we played, we'll pull in some data from the podcast, see if we actually live up to our words and go over some memorable moments. So we've been doing this for a couple seasons now, but it's pretty interesting. So let's go. But before we get into it, remember to leave a like, to subscribe, hit the dingle dangle, something. Phil threatens people in comments. I've seen it. Also, check out any merch from the merch store, MTG Goldfish merch, if you want a play mat to support the crew, or if you need any cards, any accessories, any magic items, you can go over to our sponsor, cardkingdom.com /MTG Goldfish. You can order stuff. You can ask for a scoop sticker. All right, so let us get into the stats. So let's go. 25 episodes this season. No live episodes, actually. We always do a couple of live episodes, but 31 games. So we had six double headers. Average game length, 11 turns. Average game time, an hour and a half. So I compared it to last season. They're about the same, actually. It was like 10.98 turns or something. And same, about an hour and a half a game. 47 hours of Commander Clash. So if you start now for 2 straight days, you can watch all of the antics. No sleep, no rest.
No, that's time well spent.
Time well spent. All right.
Yeah, like
all right.
The one piece of magic.
The moment you've been all waiting for. Oh, wait, no, I lied. Shortest game.
Oh, yeah.
So,
this was a good one.
So people say Commander's been sped up and blah, 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 right? Like, turn 6. This was...
Spiky Seth.
This is where Seth literally went like Nature's Lore, Karth Lion, Toxic Deluge, Liliana, and then just ultimated. Like we could not do literally anything about this.
Technically, I could have. This was the episode where I could have stopped this. But I assumed you had
You thought
something.
we had answers.
So I was like, I'm not, I'm always the person that has to answer the board. No, you don't get me today. And so I was like, Richard's got something. He always has something. And so in that, I chose to pass my turn.
Yeah, that was a good one. Oh, that Karth is such a fun commander.
That was it was so crazy because all I did was just like plop down and
Planeswalkers
and win.
Planeswalkers aren't even that good in Commander. That's the funny part. Like I still can't believe that no one actually answered it.
Well, I mean, you did.
You toxic deluged.
But still, we had some time. But the problem was like Karth lived through the toxic deluge, so he could block, and then we couldn't chip in. Longest game. So,
Really?
Turn 19, 2 hours and 30 minutes, and Phil, if you remembered, played a mask deck where he masqueraded as our decks. And I played Creepy Children, and he basically just stole my entire deck and killed me with it. He took my turn, and Child of Alara, took my Gisela, and that was 2 hours and 30 minutes.
We've had a few long games this season, I feel like.
How is this really the long? Oh, this is turn wise, not duration.
You thought Carl Oil's up here, but it's not. So duration wise is actually the Tomer decks, where I actually don't remember what happened.
3 hours.
Jeez.
Me?
The game just went forever, and then I just cast Mnemonic Betrayal, and then used all our graveyards to kill you all. But I don't remember why this game took 3 hours. And,
Wasn't it with the game where Seth tried to lock us out with Possibility Storm, and it was I think it was the Possibility Storm game.
I think that might be right. Yeah.
Oh.
Wait,
and that
isn't
slowed
that
it down
the one
for a
where
while.
I then used Mnemonic Betrayal? I can't. There was
I
a game
remember-
where I popped off with Mnemonic Betrayal.
So Seth never possibility stormed us. That was the game where I possibility stormed it. Like you guys stopped Seth,
Yeah.
and then I betrayed to pull the combo out of Seth's graveyard to win the game.
I still blame Seth for that.
How was the match with
blame
the
Toma.
timeout not number one? Didn't we have a timeout game?
Yeah.
Like didn't Crim time you out? That wasn't the longest one.
No.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I thought that would have been the longest one. There's
It
no
was the
way.
longest.
What?
Because
I
that was
mean,
just
I
one
died
person timing
very
out.
early.
Apparently, we were all
Yeah.
on the verge of timing out for this game.
That's the theme this whole season, timing out mode.
Because Phil died super early in that timeout game,
Yeah.
right? So it was just 3 players, and we were able to progress.
Sorry, Phil.
It's fine.
All right, first place.
Oh, I almost
Oh
got
my
you.
God,
Yeah.
Richard,
Seth-
why you gotta do it?
Seth was close.
Every time.
Seth was
It was
close.
close, though.
It was actually a pretty close season. So, for perspective, Tomer subbed in for 6 matches. So that's why we just put him in here because like he's kind of here, right?
he died first.
That's the next stat. But Phil and Crim coming in at 6 wins. Seth at the sneaky 8, and then I snuck it out at the 9.
That might be our most even season, honestly. Like it seems like pretty balanced for the most part, rather than like Richard has 15 like usual or whatever.
So
I don't know,
between
doesn't
4
seem any
of
different to
us,
me.
it should be like if we split evenly, we have 25 games, right? So it's about 6. So it's not bad. All right, second place. Look at this.
Ooh,
Look at these.
Look at this,
wow,
Crim.
that's
You did
that's
it.
super even.
Are any of us? Wait, hold on. Are any of us winning? Because technically, Phil is second place for the second place prize. So that means Phil actually won, right? Or did we win for tying second place?
We need a deputy judge here. What really counts? Or do we all split it equally?
I think Phil's the real winner because he got second.
I guess.
So second prize has been something we've been going after historically, but since we've implemented Clash On, I think the avoidance
Third.
of 4th place
now third, yes, is the most
is a
important.
really big one. And you know who said Clash On the most this season?
Hey.
I thought it would be
It
Phil,
is.
but it was actually
Yeah.
Seth.
The real takeaway is Tomer is second, and he only played
Tomer's
6 episodes. How is that possible? So Tomer lost first 5 out of the 6 matches he played.
I don't even know how he manages to pull it off.
No, me either. Oh,
Wow. We're out here making numbers happen.
To be honest, I thought I would be higher here with the losing score, but I think the fact that I had these crazy starts gave me enough of an advantage to at least not die first. But
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you like Soul Ring, and then we like massively cripple you. You feel like
Yeah,
you've
and then
lost
I
the
just
apparently, but
hang
you're just
around
hanging
and
on by
complain.
a thread there and just sitting there while we murder Seth, apparently.
yeah. Apparently, there's not much middle ground with me. I was almost in first as far as wins, but also way in first as far as fourth. So not much in between.
Boom bust. I feel for Tomer. I gotta watch these games. Like I don't know how
That's
this
an
is.
amazing stat. Like that is mind blowing.
Hey,
That's actually
Tomer.
impossible.
I mean, it was a meme, right? We were like, every time Tomer subs in, the person needs to Clash On, right? And like, it's backed up by the data here. Like, it was not a meme; it was like an actual fact. And like, how? Hey, Tomer, would you like to come join us? And then just like punch him mercilessly. Like, I don't even understand. But otherwise, like everyone else, it's like kind of even.
Pretty even,
yeah.
yeah.
Of games.
I mean, I remember for sure this season, I was on it. I was like, no. We for my sanity, we won't be saying Clash On. I don't care what happens. Sorry, whoever's next to me, you gotta go. I'm not doing it.
All right, average finish. So the lower is better. because that's closer to
Oh
first.
no, Toma.
So, I mean, well, Tomer dies first all the time, so you know. But Phil, Crim, Seth, me. So wait,
So
Phil does die earlier on average, then, right?
On average,
yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
That's what happens when
looks,
you get Soul Ring every week.
This
That's
looks
a
mostly like
good trade-off.
the win stats, pretty much. Like same basic setup.
Yeah. All right. So, deck budgets. So we remove the highest and lowest. So we play CDH, right? And CDH just skews the thing out of it. So we remove kind of the outliers, and here we are. Seth with 1059. So over $1,000 on average. Phil $1,000 as well. Then Crim 900, and then I'm coming in around 830, and then Tomer at 690.
So,
you-
Seth's all about the best card in Magic, the credit card. I see.
This is shockingly high. Like, this is average, right? Like, on
Does this-
average, our decks cost $1,000.
Does this calculate the art styles, or did you just choose the cheapest version? Because at some point I started playing like special versions of the cards because I can. So I usually play like
So
the
it's whatever is
Masterpiece
in your goldfish deck.
Expedition.
So if you specific,
Uh-oh.
so like for
yeah.
for theme decks where we actually choose art, like it'll lock that price in. But if you just put like the card name, then it just shows whatever's cheapest. But this is at the time of the deck, so like post spikes or whatever doesn't count. But
There might be some expeditions in there, but I also play some pretty expensive cards. I don't want to.
I know Seth plays
this
Mana
down.
Crypt. I've seen the data.
I've been trying
I
to figure
played
it
some
out.
Mana
It's
Crypt as well, yeah.
that might be.
Is this the
There's got to be
difference?
like one or two cards that I always
Wheel of
play.
Fortune?
Do you guys not Wheel of Fortune too? Do you guys not play Mana Crypt every deck? I play it like
Sometimes.
To be
almost
honest
every
with you,
deck.
this whole season, whenever anybody played it, I was always surprised that somebody played it. Like, I can play that? So no, and ever since Mana Drain got reprinted, my decks have gotten cheaper. I'm a budget player now. All right, so
Maybe we should bring back
Yeah,
budget
Mana-
though. Like even Tomer's deck's like $700. Like, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, that is surprising. I wouldn't have guessed it was that
Just
high,
mana base.
honestly.
Like, I guess if you just load up on fetches and shocks, like your deck's just automatically expensive. Like, what could it
Yeah,
be?
Ancient Tombs
right. I always play
expensive.
fetches,
Mana
yeah.
Crypt.
Yeah.
I am genuinely curious how my decks are like even close to 900, right? Because
Gotta be
I don't
mana
even
base.
play that many shock lands. I mean, fetch lands.
Mana Drain. Got to be that $50
It's
Mana
Fierce
Drain every deck.
Guardianship. Maybe like
Fierce
that.
Oh, actually, yeah,
those
Fierce
kind of
Guardianship's
cards.
like
the Fairies
$50.
Protection is really expensive. Stuff
The
like
free
that.
elementals also. If I
Yeah.
play these Blink decks, I always play Endurance and stuff.
All
It's a
right.
bit pricey.
But $1,000 is rookie numbers because the most expensive deck was Seth's.
Whoa!
Like,
was this CDH?
This is CDH, right?
What was my CDH deck? I'm trying to remember.
Dragons,
I play?
I think, right?
You
Dragon
played a meme
Tiamat
deck. You played didn't you play like a Dream Halls deck or something?
Yeah,
Oh,
Tiamat
yeah.
Dream Halls.
Tiamat Dream Halls, that's right.
That was
Why
quite
was it
the-
so much more expensive than all of yours, though?
That was quite
Like,
the
because you were
deck.
also playing CDH decks. That's crazy.
I played mono green elves. I think that's actually fairly cheap.
Bill played
Just
elves.
Gaia's Cradle.
I don't know. I probably played some fair.
Oh, I had Time Twister. I played Time Twister. That's $12,000 by itself.
Yo, Crim played Time Twister too. No, his deck's 15,000.
So that means that the Time Twister is actually like a huge chunk of my deck, and like $2,000 is whatever else.
I mean, we would have underground seas and stuff in here too, right?
Yeah,
So, like if you play
Seth
blue,
played 5
your
color.
deck is like super expensive.
Yeah, all the original dual lands adds up
Yeah.
a lot too.
Yeah. So that's pretty. Yeah. So definitely not pay to win. First blood, Phil. Phil is the.
Ooh.
So normally I just dominate this because you guys don't believe in creatures, but like those risen reefs are getting in there or something. Like,
Well, this is.
It's got to
I
be
didn't
the
expect
soul
this one.
rings. I think if you just accidentally have Soul Ring, so you like play your commander on turn 2 every game, and you might as well attack.
It should be something like this. I didn't expect this one.
I love how consistent Seth and I are. Like every season, we are pretty low on the first.
I thought this was the year of Boros, Seth. What happened?
That was last season. That was last season.
He's on the board 5 times.
I mean, so here's the reverse stat. Tomer's been here 6 games. He has 3 First Bloods. Crim's here the whole season with 4. His only hope is for someone to like swan song him, and then he attacks with the bird.
Yeah, I wonder if that's how I even have 4.
My stats might be more embarrassing because I actually play like Boros and creature decks. Like Crim decks, it makes sense that he doesn't get First Blood, but my decks probably should on occasion at least, and I'm almost as bad as Crim.
I'm still impressed by Phil.
Whoa. You say bad as Crim. I say cultured. I say
as good as Crim. Almost as good as Crim at not attacking first.
All right. Fair Magic and I didn't update this. It's 2022, but I guess the season was in 2021. This is technically correct. Don't leave comments below. But Seth is a dirty combo player is what I got from this. This is why he dies first or wins.
One of those was CDH. In my defense, one of them was CDH. The Hakan deck was really janky. So it's not like I just play super spiky combos, but yeah, I guess maybe I do combo off more than the rest, yeah.
So Hakan Zulapur, that's the jankiest combo ever, where we had like a Bazooka Bog or something trying to win the game. Tiamat Hall's Bladewing, that was CDH. Cephalid Breakfast, is that not CDH? Was this that was the frog deck. That was Grolnak, and it just exiled the whole combo, and then I cast it, which it was stronger than I thought. It was way stronger than I thought. Emil Dockside. What's Emil?
That was a gift deck because I would not put that in my deck. Someone else put that combo in the deck and gave it to me, so I don't get the blame for that one.
It was
It was sweet.
Is there anything more Seth than that? Like, I build a deck for Seth. It has to be Seth, right? So I see Seth just loving to play blink things. And like it kind of just happens to be broken also. Like Seth's just like, example with the frog deck. Oh wow, it turns out it's stronger than I guess it was. Or hey, I'm playing fair what is it? Fair Wizards, and he locked out the whole table.
I think it's funny.
I'm mostly just happy that Crim finally got the Biovisionary win. I feel like that was kind of your Cauldra that you've been trying for so long, and you finally got it.
That was from my deck, though. He stole it from my deck, both the Visionary and the Rite of Replication.
Wait, was it this season or last season where he punted the Visionary win?
That was last season.
Season. This is the redemption
Two-headed giant week.
Wait, your combo, Richard, is that the one you stole out of my deck?
Of course, I would never play such garbage. I had the mono white storm, but I didn't win that game. Right? That was my unfair magic for the season. But I lost.
I guess.
I guess the question is, when do we get the stat of when we find out Richard's actual oil that he uses for his car? You know, like that's
oil. We need oil tier list.
Oil tier list.
Phil, look at these value combos. Ashaya, Marwin, Scrib, Ranger. This is the one where you. What was that combo?
CDH too?
It was CADH.
I feel like that was CDH.
I fumbled through that combo pretty hard. Yeah, it was CADH. Yeah, I think second game.
Eloise, is this Mirror March? What's the march?
No, it's March of the Machines with Eloise, and they die immediately. Risen Reef,
like aristocrat stuff. I think that was a gift deck too. That's the other big takeaway. I feel like when we build each other decks, we put in mean combos that we wouldn't play ourselves, because like half of the decks on this list are like decks that someone built for someone else.
Or maybe we're so garbage at building our own decks we can never win with our combos. But when someone else builds it, suddenly it works.
Weird how that happens.
Possible.
All right, commander damage. Crim, big old goose egg there.
Let's just leave this stat off the can we skip this slide? Let's move past this slide.
Seth and Phil, 1 commander damage kill each. Apparently I had 3.
I'm surprised. I don't remember killing anyone with commander damage either, but yeah. I believe you.
0.
I actually want like
I don't
literal
remember
damage from his commander. Like it's probably like 3. If I got into like one attack somewhere.
I have 0. Oh my god, that's so bad.
I can't even think of Crim's commanders.
Yeah, I'm surprised, like, because he plays like Anawan, and so like there's some Crim commanders that are pretty attacky. So I'm surprised he didn't do it at least once, just like by accident.
Wait, didn't I get it? Didn't I get one a few games ago with Anawan? Or a game ago, right?
You might have.
You cast Anawan and attacked, but you didn't get commander damage.
I don't think you got 21. Yeah, 21 commander damage on anyone.
You drew like 2 cards or something, but
You milled us a bit. I remember that.
That's right. It was a mill win.
all right. Average casts. Seth moving up on the rankings. Crim at 1.35. Doesn't cast his commander. Shocked why he has no commander damage kills.
Okay. All right.
Followed by Seth 1.41, Phil 1.47, Tomer 1.5, and then me at 1.75.
That's just because you play 1 and 2 mana commanders to try to flip Dowsing Dagger.
Yo, there was no Rograk this season, okay? Why don't you guys cast your commander? I don't understand.
I mean, actually, for me, that number is pretty good. I bet if you looked at like a few seasons ago, it was probably under 1 for sure. Like, I think the average game, I probably did not cast my commander. Yeah.
But like that means on average, like you're casting your commander less than twice a game, right? You're not even paying commander
you only
tax.
cast it once.
Right? You're casting it once, right? Like isn't that a little shocking? Don't you?
Isn't that the best
paying
case?
taxes?
Just
How's that the best case?
if you only cast it once and that's
Oh,
enough,
it never dies. Oh, we're
if
still
it
good at
never
protecting
dies,
our
yeah.
commander. Maybe.
Gotta play that fierce guardian.
Actually, yeah. Interesting.
Question. Is the reason why Tomer cast it like in 6 episodes, 6 appearances, Tomer casted his commander the second most?
Well, second most often. But
Often, yes. And then I wonder if that has anything to do with it, like because he's like playing his commander.
Is he playing Golos? Everyone killed him right after.
The other way to look at this is maybe Richard casts his commander too much, because we're all pretty even in the like 0.14 range, and then Richard is way up here. Maybe you're doing it wrong, Richard.
Are you saying Togo
Maybe
for 9 mana
Richard's
is
the
not worth
problem.
it? Are you trying to tell me Togo is not worth 9 mana? I don't know
gotta
what
get
you're,
that rock.
what you're
Gotta
trying to
get
say
that rock.
here.
Richard. So spiky casting your commander.
I know. All right. Tails never fails. Coin flips.
Whoa,
Seth is the king of coin flips this season.
Wow,
that's crazy.
I think that's actually like just straight up fair. So Phil had a bunch of Kark's thumbs action going on for his coin flips.
Yeah.
So it's like understandable that he's winning. Crim just sucks.
Thanks, guys.
He won the same number of flips, but he needed 6 more attempts than Seth.
I think I'm regressing to the mean or whatever, because when I did against odds and stuff, my coin flip rate was so bad. So I think it's like making up for years of being really bad at winning coin flips.
This is why you like deck of many things, because you like get the right flips.
Yeah,
I think because you play that, it pads your stat too, right?
Well, the deck of many things is die roll, so
That's
this
actually
is straight
roll,
coin
die
flips. But Moto luck is clearly on Seth's side here.
But that's
Phil needed
like
2
very
more
good,
percent.
right?
Phil needs 2 more
72% is-
percent.
That's extremely good.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
It
But
would be
Seth's
nice.
stat is
It would be nice.
pretty good. Yeah.
Wait, was this not the season where Crim went crazy, like winning coin
That was
flips?
last season.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
with
last
the-
season
with
with the
Yusri?
Modern Horizons 2.
Yeah.
That was last season. Okay,
Was that last season?
You guys had a
because you
game of
won
chaos.
so
or
many coin
something.
flips.
During
Oh,
randomly.
the game of okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
But the 5 coin flips into whatever nonsense was last season.
Oh, okay.
The Phil special. So we have 2 metrics here, okay? The light bar is turn 1 Soul Ring or Mana Crypt, and the darker bar is by turn 3. So maybe you Enlighten Tutor or something. So Phil had a turn 1 Soul Ring or Crypt 6 games.
That's insane.
And then he had three. He had three for the less than turn 3. Crim and Seth had 3 turn 1 Soul Rings. Me and Tomer had 1. We just can't do it. But Phil is about. So if you put Soul Ring and Mana Crypt in every deck, he's about 5% over the average for doing it. So
I
it's
usually
not
don't play
as insane.
Crypt anymore, though. But
It's only insane if you don't put Crypt in half your decks. Then you're like way above average.
If we did this stat at the half point of the season, that would be insane, though, because I think the last 6 matches I didn't see a Soul Ring. I tutored for one once,
Yeah.
but I think maybe my luck is gone. But
It's still pretty insane that across the
It's still
entire
pretty
season,
good,
Yeah.
Phil had 6 turn 1 Soul Rings. Everyone else combined had 8. So he
Yeah,
almost
like
had
Phil
it as much as the
alone.
whole rest
good.
of the crew. Yeah.
I'm so sad that I didn't have any. Did I forget it out of my deck or something? Tomer has just as many as me. I'm so sad. I had a Jewel Lotus though. That's not counted here. But that ended rather poorly. So maybe I don't want it.
I'm wondering what I did those 3 games with my turn 1 Soul Ring, because clearly I'm not casting my commander. So, like, what was I doing?
You left out 2 colorless to represent interaction.
Oh, right. Okay, for sure. I see that. Okay.
All right, group stats. So here's where we take a look at the colors we played, the cards we played, see what our general tendencies are. So colors played for the group is led by Crim. We got Grixis. So black.
Oh, yeah.
Black is on top, followed by blue, and then red and white are tied, and then shockingly green is pulling in the rear here.
God, they need to power up that color, right? Green's just not that good. You heard it here first, everybody. Green's
That's the
underpowered.
shocking part. Green's the best color. It's the one we play the least. Huh.
Like
I knew I
so
liked
Crim
this
doesn't
season.
play it. Well,
Yeah.
doesn't Phil
I
always
still play
green?
Boros.
I feel Phil's always.
I feel like Phil
green.
plays a lot of green.
always try to play green, but sometimes the theme just doesn't allow it. But if I can, I surely will. It's kind of...
But y'all like black. I think that's the takeaway here.
I mean, one
Crim
of the
is not
best
enough to steal it like
creatures.
this.
One of the
Crim-
best creatures is in black, so I gotta play it.
I feel like Crim is in black like almost 100% of the time though, because like Demir and Esper and Grixis, like no matter what color combination, it's got
You're
black
right.
in there.
He never plays
I
Izzet.
mean, I do play Demir though consistently,
Well.
like some combination of blue,
And he
black
plays
X.
Rakdos sometimes. So interesting.
I wonder how much of the white is Richard. Probably like half of
It's
that.
all Richard. I mean, Richard, like my opposition agent, Richard's secret rendezvous, one and the same, right? Like,
Oh, thank God Hull Breacher's banned, but yeah.
oh man,
So, I mean, what's pumping up the white stats is this 5 colors Wooburg garbage 16 times.
look at
Probably me.
And then we're followed by Demir,
And then
Grixis,
Crim.
and Esper.
Wow. That's...
With Demir, like, really a lot of Demir here. Like, so 11 Demir. And then here come my decks, Boros and Mono White. I think that's Seth. Seth plays Boros.
Yeah, I play some Boros too.
Rakdos, Mono Black. And then finally some green stuff. Golgari, Selesnya, Simic.
nice.
No one played Jeskai this season, which is kind of interesting. No one likes 4-color decks. We never play 4-color decks. We say this every season. And then
They
no
don't have
colorless
great
decks.
commanders. I think
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. We need more 4-color commanders.
Yeah, partners,
and someday
though.
we should do a
You could,
colorless
like,
week.
Mix and match partners.
Oh.
I think you might as well just go 5C at that point. I think that's what everyone does.
Yeah. Yeah. You might as well just play the Atag or whatever and go all the way.
John loves.
Unless they have an interesting commander, but there's just Breya, and I guess I don't know what else actually.
I think
Four
that-
color
I think
commanders
the
are-
issue is like 4-color commanders are like you had mentioned, right? Like we kind of need more 4-color ones because usually almost every 4-color commander requires you to die first. So like because they're all so powerful, right? And to some extent, whatever they're doing, they're just so busted.
Omanath, yeah.
Yeah,
like
Omnath.
the actual commander ones, like Breya, Yidris, like they're. I don't know what the other ones are. I'm sure
Atraxa.
Atraxa.
Oh, Atraxa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just forgot about this.
And even the partners, like the 2-color partners are really strong. Those are a lot of CDH like staples. Yeah. So that might be why. Maybe 4-color's too overpowered. We need more janky 4-color commanders, I think.
There are.
The partners are.
There are a lot of bad partners, Seth. I look at them every time. There's like the uncommon partners and stuff.
But aren't they monocolored? So you can't really get to 4 colors if you have monocolored ones anyway.
True.
So
that's
yeah.
True. You can get the battle bond partners or whatever, the ones.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Those ones are sweet. The partner with ones are sweet. I like those ones.
All right.
And these I like, yeah. The other ones are kind of...
Come on now.
Solemn Simulacrum, baby.
Wait, what?
Overrated.
Oh, we just had a big debate on whether this card was overrated or not. Turns out, it's the top most played card. So either it actually is overrated or playing what we shouldn't be.
MDFC work though.
Yeah, there's that. Like half of that list is MDFCs.
Wait, the thing is, yesterday I listened to the podcast called "Cards We Don't Play Anymore," and Solemn Simulacrum was up there.
I think the problem is
it's just me and you, Phil. It's just me and you carrying up the Solemn stat, whereas I'm pretty sure Seth and Crim don't play Solemn.
I play it in specific decks, so I'm sure it's on there a few times for me, but not like I used to. Oh, me and Crim are the MDFCs, though. That's got to be all us.
I'm pretty sure everyone plays Seagate Restoration.
Yeah, Seagate.
Hagra-Mauling must be Crim.
Hagra-Mauling, that's me and Crim, yeah. Like Crim's 25 black decks.
Yeah. Hagra-Mauling's so good. There's just no way you don't play it. It's so good.
Wow, Skyclave Relic. That's a new addition. It's interesting that's like...
Ooh.
That was our Mana Rock list.
Yeah, should I start excluding MDFCs from this list? So we've already excluded lands. Soul Ring,
maybe we just got
Maybe
we just need an MDFC list, and it's separate page for MDFC.
Our stats are polluted. There's just way too many MDFCs. All right. So most played creatures: Solemn, yeah, Dockside. Wow. Although I should note, Solemn is played right? A lot more than Dockside.
Yeah.
Glasspool Mimic, MDFC, Esper Sentinel, Opposition Agent, Voidwalker.
All 15 is me, baby. Probably not.
Who plays Realmwalker?
We must have had a lot of tribal.
Am I enough to carry this stat? I don't think I played enough green to carry this. Phil probably plays Realmwalker, though.
Yeah, like Elementals or something, maybe.
No, I don't remember playing any. I've just in CEDH week because of elves, but otherwise I don't remember playing any.
Maybe Tomer's guest appearances carried this as well. He didn't like it. Only I liked it.
You know what I can't imagine Tomer's guest appearances doing? Playing 12 Toskies. I feel like that's somebody that probably has the most wins. It probably also plays the Toskies.
Yeah, I didn't play that many. I didn't play that many Toskies. Someone else is guilty of this. We'll keep an eye on it.
I play some
we're still monitoring the situation. Okay, all right.
I think I'm being scapegoated here. I don't actually think I played that many Toskies.
Yeah, you sure about that, Richard?
Toski's not mono white, my friend. Toski's green. Agent of Treachery.
But Toski's also not a tribal card, but you've made sure it is. So I don't know.
He has a skeleton.
I don't know.
Bill, do you put Agent of Treachery in every deck you make?
Yes. I include it. No questions asked. Like if I play blue, where else should I play it? It's banned everywhere on Arena now. So
how many of those 15 opposition agents are Crim? It's gotta.
I'm
gotta
surprised it's not higher. If he plays black every deck,
it should probably be 12, right? So 12 plus 3 from the Crim week, where everybody else played opposition agent as well. Like I never played it.
We played 25, so we each should have like 25 decks. So if like he plays it like literally every deck, and he plays black every deck, that would be 25 minimum.
I did not get to play black every episode, or else it would be on there. Trust me. You do not have to worry about that.
All right, this is a shocker. Top Planeswalker, Vivian, Monsters Advocate.
Love it.
Who's just
Phil? Got to be a Phil card.
So is it the special with Ugin the Spirit Dragon? The 2-for-1 in every deck?
disgusting, but okay.
Like, I see a bunch of Crim planeswalkers, and I see like these weird green ones. I don't know who's playing them. Garrick.
I love Vivian. If she's she tutors, she has the Realm Walker effect. It's like, if it survives, it's pretty good.
I think some of those weird green ones are probably the Karth deck.
Oh,
that's got to be. And I think we played 2 games that week. I don't know if does it count each game individually, or is it just each week? Okay. So, but at least a lot of those, like the Nissas and Random Lilianas, at least some of those
and
are
probably Garrick Primal Hunter. That sounds like a Seth card for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it draws cards.
But I have one huge issue with this list, and it's there at the very bottom. Mm-hmm. Who's out here playing Nissas? Who's out here? I don't care which Nissa it is. Who's out here playing Nissas? We have problems. I hate Nissa. However,
I feel like it's so underrated. That card's like legit good because you can plus once and then get the emblem and just draw a ton of cards. Yeah.
But at least we know Phil's above playing an Ugin the Spirit Dragon, so that's probably me.
I'm surprised the Bolus hasn't shown up here. You haven't played 3 Boluses?
I'm not allowed to. Like, if I could find an excuse to play Grixis every episode, I would. And there would be a Bolus in every one of them. And then my Dark Queen herself, Gaia Drone, Dahada. All right, those 2 would be together in every Grixis deck I could play.
All right, spells. Seagate Restoration, above Hydro Mauling, Shatterskull Smashing, above Balagan.
If you remove MDFCs, do we even have anything?
Toxic Deluge, Demonic Tutor, Teferi's Protection, Mana Drain,
Cyclonic Rift, Fierce Guardianship.
Can you imagine telling someone like 5 years ago there'd be like this whole cycle of cards more played than Cyclonic Rift?
Yes, really. No, more played than Demonic Tutor for the most part. Like that's kind of absurd.
I mean, to be fair though, I kind of actively exclude Cyclonic Rift and Demonic Tutor to an extent. I guess if you want to win, you should definitely play Cyclonic Rift in every blue deck, right? It's just
you should also definitely
boring.
Play Seagate Restoration in every.
Oh, for sure, it's just
deck too,
insane.
Right?
Yeah. There's same with Shatterskull Smashing and Hagra Mauling, so not a surprise there.
All right, artifacts. Soul Ring. Okay. This shocks me every time. Like 20 times, we either forget to put Soul Ring in, or we have some actual legitimate reason to not put Soul Ring. And I feel I'm the offender of that most of the time. I'm like, I'm playing birds. Do I need a Soul Ring? No. I'm just gonna play another.
Soul Ring doesn't cast Suntail Hawk. Get out of here. But one thing to note here is legitimately. Look at the rise in Skyclave Relic. I think we're getting it. Either I'm playing it all the time or finally we're getting it, right? Because I think that mana rock is amazing. For a 3-mana rock, you think about what it has to be. And the fact that kicker is just enough to play multiple, like everyone to play it is amazing. That card is so good. I love that mana rock.
Like if I include a 3-mana mana rock, it's usually Skyclave Relic. Unless I play blue, then it's Midnight Clock. But the indestructibility on the relic is just so key. Yes.
So, but it's the kicker, right? Because if it were just indestructible, everyone would play Darksteel Relic or whatever. Ingot.
I guess, they could.
Ingot, Relic is nothing.
Expedition map kind of surprises me. Like, is that a Urza Saga thing? Like, why are we playing Expedition map now? Like, with Urza Saga or outside of Urza Saga decks?
Both. I use it to tutor up my Lotus Field.
Oh, okay.
And
that makes
also just
Lotus
another
Field.
Saga target, or if you want to get, I don't know. There's like so many good lands nowadays. Like, I don't see why you don't.
Cabal coffers and whatnot. Yeah. Maybe we should play it more.
I think Lotus Field is such a busted card, and at least on Arena, it's the most miserable thing to play against. And I love control decks, by the way. So it's just, I think that's the same.
Broken.
There's like a Lotus control deck right now. That's
like
it's
Whittle
just
Storm?
everywhere.
Like, what do you?
Essentially,
it's
like
just
you just
like stifle it and ramp into Teferi, basically. It's like blue-white control,
and you
just
untap
ramping
even
with it.
4-Fairy, like all of that. Like, and I think that's the same. Even in command, it has hexproof. Like you can't do anything. And like, so I don't know. Is it that busted in Commander? Probably not, actually.
You needed to turn on Cartographer's Hawk. That's why I played it. Outside of playing white, like, I don't know if there's a real reason. Like, I guess you could use all the green rampy dudes. You can also cheat by using Yavimaya and then using like an Arbor Elf or something to like get more mana out of it. But I just use it for white ramp. Speaking of white, Smothering Tide, top enchantment. Beating out Rhystic Study. Because, you know, we're beyond playing Rhystic Study, but not Smothering Tide.
It's a lot of Bitter Blossoms. That's got to be Crim.
There's a lot of Meatball Massacres.
It's 100%. Meatball Massacre is gas.
Yeah,
is that really good?
Like, that card is very
pretty good.
Over the course of the game, it's just
like, shouldn't you just play Damnation
so
or
much
something?
value.
Like, do we really need to be?
Yeah, but it stays on the
Massacre?
battlefield. No, the passive effect on the battlefield is just gaining you so much life over the course of the rest of the game. It's like, I think Meat Hook is very good. Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, I like Meat Hook too. I think it's worth it. I don't know if I'd replace my Toxic Deluges and Damnations, but as an extra Wrath, I think it's good in a lot of decks, especially if you got like Sacrifice Energies or whatever.
I think it's so much more than that. So much more than just a simple Wrath. Like putting it under the label of Wrath isn't doing it justice. And it does Wrath, but like the life gain just like passively, like if it just sitting there, doesn't seem like much, but it really adds up. Especially in like my style of decks where all I do is sweep, right? Like I'm gaining so much life back when everything is fumigate. That's perfect.
Wait, literal
and then
fumigate?
if anything,
I don't know about this. I gotta see.
Dude, Meat Hook Massacre is the truth. Like in Commander, that card is the truth. I am all about the meatballs. Like, so I think now if I'm playing black, I just have that in every deck.
I thought it was
good
a meme,
in a creature
but
deck.
apparently it's a real card. I gotta take a look at it again.
It's so good, dude. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, it's good in every archetype. It's good in every archetype that plays black. If you're a creature deck, then you get double the value. It can be a sweeper, but it can also Blood Artist, right?
Also flexible sweeper, right? So
yeah.
You can, adjust it.
All right. Phyrexian Arena. I remember we had a podcast a while ago where we were like, this card is overrated. And here it is, third most played. I think I reversed course on this. I actually really like the card now. I'm pretty sure I was one of the people that said it was overrated, but I've changed my opinion on this. And
it's extra card.
Yeah,
I played a lot still. I think I was the one defending it on the podcast, but yeah, I still play it.
Land-wise, Ancient Tomb. We're still try hard here. That's the only thing useful here, right? Like, Orborg.
Ancient Tomb is gas. Look at all
Relic
these Dimir
Tower.
lands. Or things I can play in Dimir. 33 Watery Graves. I hope someday, like whenever the next Magic Fest comes, it's managed to elude me this entire time of my existence in Magic, but so I went recently to Frankensons, which is like this essentially, it's in LA and it's essentially it's like imagine a con, but all year round, right? An exhibition floor. I finally found it there, but there's a giant Watery Grave. I've always wanted it. And I never got it. And I finally find it at Frankensons, and I think it's like $750. Someday, when I do, I don't know, whatever.
Wait, what set is it? Don't tell me it's a dirty expedition.
No, it's not. No, I mean, I like the expedition, but no, it's the Gate Crash one. Okay. And I would love to have any Watery Grave, because that is my goal. I remember that, Richard, when we were at Vegas.
I thought you were trying to snipe a Teferi or something.
I remember a big Teferi.
Like, that was the main thing. I tried getting the Teferi, but I didn't know how much oversized cards were. So I thought Teferi at like 400, like, oh, that's so pricey. And I'd have to fly this home. I didn't know these massive cards are that expensive, but someday I will get that giant Watery Grave.
Yeah, build a whole Grixis deck out of giant cards. Is that
giant Grixis? Yeah.
I will make a house, like just a little cardboard house that I will sleep in if it means, I mean, it probably would break the bank to own all three colors. So yeah.
All right. Crim. Let's take a look. Will we find any shockers? Will Grixis be the most played color. Okay, you know who's responsible for this curve. I'm actually surprised though. You like black. Like black is significantly ahead of the other colors. It's not as even as we thought.
Interaction. It has the best removal.
Black X.
Yeah. I mean, this is also character prog. This is my development arc. You see that right there? Green? 4 times. See? I play
sure that went
things that aren't
backwards.
just... Is it?
I don't know.
I feel like Crim had a 0 one season on green.
Like, remember this includes 5 color decks. So Crim never plays green. Like, you didn't play 5 color decks, you know? Like, this was actually shockingly low. I'm actually quite impressed he's dodged green this successfully.
And you know what's funny? It's so like it comes naturally. It's not like I try. I just naturally don't like when people ask me what. All right, when the themes are presented each week, I don't even factor green as a card pool.
Simic. How about Golgari? Is Golgari good?
I mean,
Nah.
if you look at the disparity between green,
Can't even trick him by shoving some green with his black.
I don't want my veggies.
All right,
Get outta
Grixis,
here.
Demir, mono black. Oh yeah, see 2 of his green decks were 5 color decks.
But
He
one
played
Simic?
one Selesnya, one Simic. Yeah.
See?
Selesnya was the human commander from Midnight Hunt, I think. Like the one that taps
green-white
creatures for
humans?
mana. Yeah.
Right.
I don't care if I've ever seen this many goose eggs on this chart. Like,
Crim has a style and he
5
sticks with it.
Grixis, 5 Demir.
If there's anything, I'm consistent. All right, you gotta give me that. Without trying, I am somehow consistent.
no Sultai, not even Sultai. It's not a dirty
It's got
Sultai.
green. Why would I play that? Why would I dirty my deck up with veggies? Right? Like I don't need my veggies.
Nothing. Jeskai's gotta be good.
But Jessica doesn't have opposition agent, so why would I play that? Like
Teferi and
you could do that in Esper.
can't save us.
There's a Hagramalling.
Crim in one screen. Hagramalling toxic damage. Like, why do you even play Agadeem's
this is
Awakening? You
disgusting.
don't even have any creatures. This is disgusting.
That card is good. It's just always like I think it is legitimately good to play MDFCs no matter what. Even if I had 5 creatures, there's an off chance I can return that 1 to 5
I'm
creatures.
almost positive that 3 life is more meaningful than the off chance of you returning your 1 creature from your deck.
It's
MDFCs.
another opposition agent. It's
Yeah.
another copy of opposition agent, essentially.
Makes sense.
You say that in jest, but that's true.
I mean,
that's-
given his creatures, Opposition Agent and Voidwalker, yeah, it is worth the Agadeem's Awakening.
Look at that. That's 2 and 3 right
mean
there. Right?
that.
Look at that curve. That's a curve. Come on. Beautiful.
Did you ever draw the Jeweled Lotus? I can't remember ever seeing
Yes.
you play it.
I had Jewel Lotus, I think, numerous times this season, actually.
I
And
don't think you ever had it like turn 1, like crazy
oh
explosive.
no, I'm not.
start,
I'm not.
did you?
I'm not
Yeah.
a Phil. I'm not a Phil. No. I don't have that on turn 1. I have it like turn 9 when it's useless.
Okay.
Deadly Rollick. Surprised.
Card's good. Card's gas. I mean, you're looking at why there's so much black in all my decks, by the way. Look at it's just answers and things to like hate out decks.
I'm surprised there's so many demonic tutors. I thought you were part of the anti tutor crew.
Right,
Does demonic tutor get a pass?
It gets a pass because it has the one judge promo art that I love, which is the creepy doll. So I love that is the most amazing demonic tutor and just one of the best arts ever. The judge promo is so good. It's the only thing I play in real life because I also own that thing. So
Makes sense.
All right, top creatures. Opposition Agent, Voidwalker, Glasspool Mimic, Solemn. We're down to like 4.
Zanith
It's only
next.
like 4 times. Like, this is how his list drops off, right? We're down to 4 decks.
Crim just does not have. He plays planeswalkers almost as much as creatures overall.
I am better this season. Only 3 Notion Thieves.
I'm surprised you don't play more Notion Thieves. I'm actually,
Well,
what the hell
normally-
is Rankle doing here? What are you doing with Rankle?
Rankle
Rogues.
is good.
Rogue
Yeah,
decks,
it's a rogue.
yeah.
It's got haste. Rankle is good in Commander when there's multiple players. Holy cow, that sack outlet is big.
Is it
Yeah,
target? Like, what is his ability?
No,
to
I
say?
think everybody sacrifices a creature, so
Like,
that's
everybody
actually-
draws a card. You draw one. Like,
Yeah.
is that
Oh,
bad?
well, don't worry. I never activate that mode. I don't even. You will not draw a card off me unless I have Notion Thief.
What about Glasspool Mimic? That seems even weirder than Aghanim's Awakening and decks that just don't play creatures.
Copy your Voidwalker.
Remember when we did the tier list of MDFCs? I had this at essentially S, and I don't, and like even in Planeswalker decks because
You copy
I
your token
played in
value.
everything.
You might steal someone else's creature and then copy it.
That's not a joke. Legit with my place, you steal lots
Your
of things.
opposition agent, their tutor, get their creature. With Glasspool Mimic it. Value.
MDFCs are gas. Even the ones that seem like they wouldn't make sense in my decks, they still go in my deck because you never know. It's Commander.
Now, Crim, I'm very disappointed by this Ashiok Dream Render. Only 1 of 19.
I mean, that's
not-
fair.
this is
That
not-
should be.
There's
that should
just as
be-
many Gideons of the Trials as Ashiok Dream Renders.
There's more Nightmare Muses than Dream
There's no
Render.
green one here, though. I'm so-
Surprise. When did I play that many Tevishes, though?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. And also Gaeadrone. Do you like Gaeadrone?
I do.
I don't think
In
I've ever played it.
You remember that one game we played where
Yeah.
the whole table spent the entire first like 5 turns trying to answer it, and they couldn't because they would forget. Like I remember Richard.
That
played
trigger
his
was
whole
killing
turn around
us.
it.
That damage was adding up fast.
Gaeadrone's good. Like it's just not offensive enough to matter to most people, so it slips under the radar, right? But if you actually think about it, Gaeadrone does a lot. It does work in the right style of deck.
Bell's Reanimate is in here. This is very sus. He has all his creature support. Without any creatures.
More reanimates than every creature than opposition agent in Voidwalker.
He really needs that opposition agent to stay on the battlefield.
Yeah.
You think I'm joking, but that's legit the truth. I fully plan on because I never get to keep my opposition agent, so I fully expect to have to bring it back.
Oh my goodness. Not too many counters.
Voidwalker. Wait, Voidwalker sacrifices itself, right? It doesn't exile itself.
Right.
No, it just
Yeah,
says,
sacrifices.
I mean, then Reanimate is pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Because the counters stay, so
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Never relevant though. I've never seen Crim animate nor copy one of his creatures.
No.
Hasn't come up yet. All right.
I swear I have.
Artifacts. Crim likes the Jewel Lotus. Bitter Blossom is 6 by Crim. I think he literally filled up that entire list.
Wow, you really did forget about Mana Crypt, didn't you? It's not even on there.
He played
really
Chrome
forgot
Mox
about
twice. He plays Mana
Chrome
Vault,
Mox, yeah.
but not Mana
I've
Crypt.
played more Krark's Thumbs than I have Mana Crypt. And I have the worst coin flip rate at this table, and I don't know why.
The thumb helps. That's you need the thumb.
Maybe the thumb is
fix
the
it.
only reason I'm in the positives. But like, legit, I genuinely forgot we could play Mana Crypt this season every time.
We like Jewel Lotus. Why don't you just play Dark Ritual? Is it not like the same if you're always playing black?
It's different because Jeweled Lotus doesn't cost any mana to play anything.
And it's
But
one
you
less.
don't
Oh
cast
yeah,
your
I guess it's
command.
one up. Yeah. It's one
Well,
additional mana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know I have the option to. Okay, Phil, it's nice to know that. All right, options. Now, like my artifacts list, probably not surprising. Naturally, Dimir Signet is just like up there. Everything is it Signet. The Grixis colors, but the enchantments. Now that's where the money's at. I would like to question what happened to me this season. Why do I have a Phyrexian Arena on there 4 times? And then how I only have Rhystic Study 5 times. And naturally, you like, okay, Meatball Massacre, Bitter Blossom, no one's surprised, right? Like I'm loving those cards.
You put it in a control deck? You didn't play?
Yeah.
You don't play fairies or rogues that often. You just stick it in a Grixis control?
It's if it's in black, I will play Meat Hook Massacre. Bitter Blossom, I think I've played a token deck, I've played a fairies deck, and I've played a rogue deck, right?
Okay, so you play when it's on theme. You don't just play it for value.
Yeah. However, rogue class.
Well, I mean, you probably played rogue a couple times, rogue, so it makes sense.
I'm just starting to love rogue class as a card in general, just because it steals from your opponent's deck. And then Curse of Hospitality. If what is it, Midnight Hunt, or was that Crimson Vow? Whichever set, I think that was Crimson Vow. If the set was out longer, my Curse of Hospitality number would be exponentially higher.
I hate this card so much. Oh god. It's just the worst of the curses. It warps the game so drastically.
It's
what's Chance Encounter? I don't know what this card does.
That's coin flip, win the game.
Coin flip.
Win the game. Coin flip card, yeah.
Which clearly I'm not good at. So Phil actually got the W with that this season.
Yeah.
Yes, in the
so that was really cool. That was really cool. I love that.
This is the most Dimir mana base I've ever seen in my life. Fetid Pools, Sunken Ruins, Drowned Catacombs.
Morphic
nothing
Pool.
New.
Oh man, but look at that Blood Crypt though. See, not everything's blue and black.
You guys splash that red. All right, let's go to my stats. Yeah, pretty even.
Right.
White,
except for white. Yeah,
except for white, pretty even. I played white a lot this season. I think last season I was actually like pretty even across the board, but I had to prove a point about Secret Rendezvous.
This looks like what a healthy Magic player's color pie would probably look like, right?
Is
like
it?
Pretty even. Pretty even. Okay, maybe the white is a bit excessive,
yeah.
but like Richard's actually got a rounded out color base, right? Like you could tell he just has a well-rounded taste.
I'm surprised. I actually hate red. I'm actually surprised red is actually this high. I'm like, did I play Boros that often? I don't know what happened here.
How do you hate red? Who hates red?
I hate red so much. I think red is like what white used to be. I lied. I like Boros.
This is Boros.
Exposed.
Mono white, Boros, Azorius, Golgari. Then mono blue, Dimir, mono red, Jund. Actually, not that
Only
much
one
more
5
diverse.
color.
I don't like 5 colors that much. Yeah.
A little more diverse than Crim, I think. Slightly fewer zeros, but not that much really.
Yeah, I just don't like red.
We didn't play Jeskai at all.
Nope.
Yeah, no one did this whole season.
Wow.
It's up to you, Crim.
Guess I'm holding it down. Jeez, all right, I gotta try.
Wow.
Most played
There
cards.
it is.
All right, so every year
Dousing
this slide is Dousing Dagger like Masuva or Dousing Dagger at Thespian stage, but Solemn has finally crept up here to Solemn
A
Dousing
lot of
Dagger.
boom piles. 7 boom piles.
Boom Pile's so good. Why do you guys don't play it?
I'm surprised there's not Secret Rendezvous on here.
Ooh.
I'm
Nope.
actually
Yeah.
not. I still don't believe it.
If
You gotta target me
I
with
just
this
got cut off the
to make
list
me-
here. Yeah, see,
And-
I have
and-
9 expedition maps. I'm like pulling up that expedition map number.
Yeah, you were more than half of the expedition maps.
Great
Are
card.
you're single-handedly like inflating the solemn numbers?
No, I'm only half. Phil's the other half, I guess.
Yeah. I have a few probably, but
I'm only half.
Seth probably, yeah.
I am inflating the Dousing Dagger numbers, though.
Sure, yeah.
I guarantee you of those, like the numbers you had there, probably 14 of those Dousing Daggers were on turn 2.
Cartographer's Hawk.
Cartographer's Hawk,
top
baby.
5 in the top 5.
Look, Cartographer's Hawk is tied with Toski. Are you happy, Crim? I only played 4 Toskis this season. Who was the hidden dirty Toski players?
I think you fudged with the numbers here. Okay, like there's something real suspicious
I came up
going
with the
on
numbers.
with that.
They've been totally peer reviewed by Tover and editor. Yeah, of course.
Sure,
Well,
Richard.
there's the Secret Rendezvous 7. So it was just cut off under spells.
Oh, yeah,
so
7.
it was like just cut off the bottom. Yeah, it was tied for your last slot overall.
Yeah, Secret Rendezvous. I played more Secret Rendezvous than Jessica's Will. That's 'cause I don't play enough
That
red.
cannot be right.
I don't play enough red. I played no planeswalkers.
What did you play? Like,
I played.
did
one
you play one
Planeswalker.
Super Friends deck and just played one of everything, or are these spread out a bunch of different
I'm
decks?
pretty sure they're spread out.
Okay.
Because Aminatu, I think, is in a different deck. Dovin, yeah, I'm pretty sure these are spread out. Like, I don't think I've ever played Super Friends. I don't even know who's Tyvar Kell. Like, I don't even know what this card is.
Oh, that's the elves dude. That's the elves
Oh,
dude.
yeah, that's
that
the
gives
elf
everything
planeswalker.
the ability to like tap for mana.
I'm not even sure why it's in my deck. I don't even know what it does. Okay. Soul Ring, Dousing Dagger, Signet, Relic. Skyclave Relic's up there.
You also don't play Mana Crypt. That's it.
I
I
definitely
think
don't
that
play
is the
Mana.
difference.
I consciously do not play Mana Crypt or Mana Vault. Mana Vault I think is bad, but I don't play Mana Crypt.
Because you think it's too overpowered.
It's too overpowered. I don't think
Yeah.
I need it. Like, it costs you life. I mean, no, it's good. I just don't know. I just don't like it. Like, I don't play Ristic Study either, even though, the card is broken. Yeah, it doesn't even show up on my list. There's certain cards.
But
I
you do
just
play
don't
Smothering Ties.
Yeah, I'm fine with Smothering Tide.
It's so weird. Everyone's fine with Smothering Tide, but everyone hates Ristic Study.
I'm not fine with it, but I play it, I guess.
I don't know why Dictated Twin Gods is up here, but yeah.
Yeah, what deck are you damage doubling in?
Is that
Yeah.
the only thing red does? I don't know, apparently.
I think your perception of red is very very.
I don't know why I
limited.
play so many of those. Because I'm trying to win with combat damage or something. I need this to help me.
Look at those lands. Command Tower, Vesuva, Thespian Stage. That's the most Richard land list.
The Lotus thing isn't here. I'm sad.
Oh.
But look at all these like janky cards I play, like Myriad Landscape, Fabled Passage. Just to turn on my mono white ramp. All right, Seth. Let's look at these Mana Crypt numbers. Oh wait, first we got colors.
Hey!
See, Seth is pretty.
That's not bad.
Oh,
Green
Seth is
still
just Crim
kinda-
white. This is like
Yeah.
Grixis, white, and then green.
Seth,
Crim
you
that
see?
actually plays white decks. It's not as as extreme as Crim, but green. That's weird that green is still lacking so much.
I know what the
Seth,
next
I'm gonna
slide
be-
looks like, so let's not get carried away, Seth.
Okay.
The reason why this is the way it is because Seth loves 5-color decks.
That sounds right. Wow, that means like 20, like a fourth of my decks this season were 5-color decks. That's a lot. That's a lot.
And the rest of it is pretty balanced, I think. Like Esper, Black, Boros, Golgari, Selesnya. We have an Is It Mage finally.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it's split up between 2 colors pretty much. Either I guess if I get past 2 colors, I figure I might as well go 5-color. And then I just end up in 5 colors.
You played 4 colors. You played greenless.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
probably a partner, right?
I don't remember what deck that was.
I don't remember this, yeah.
There it is. That's why my deck costs more than everyone else's. That's
really
why
like
it's
Mana Crypts.
$175. I mean, like power level wise, it's super good. Also, no Silent Simulacrums. I have backed up my my assertion that it's overrated by not playing it.
What about
I
what
play
about
more than
the
you do, which is like 4.
like Chrome Mox Diamond?
Where's Soul Ring? Oh, it's
Soul
excluded.
Ring's
I was going to say.
excluded. It'll be number
Okay,
one.
yeah.
Do you not play the other fast mana rocks?
I play Mana Vault somewhat. No, those are the 3 that I play. Mana Crypt, Mana Vault sometimes, Soul Ring probably every time.
Ristic Studies in here. That's such a tryhard. Mana Crypt, Ristic Study.
It draws cards, and plus I like how much people complain about it. that's part of the fun.
Seth is tryhard Crim. This is what I'm seeing. It's like Deluge is here, Seagate Restoration, Hagra Balling, and you just like throw in a Mana Crypt and Ristic Study on top.
Force of Will. I don't think I played a single Force of Will yet.
Seth,
it feels
you
so
play
bad
more
to accept
forces than I do.
But
know
I
that?
refuse
Yeah.
to play the commander one. The
Which makes no sense to me.
You gotta have a code.
Oh, this is the Phil code. I will Agent of Treachery you, but I refuse to play Ugin. What?
Makes sense to me.
We all have the fill code.
Fill in the back. Yeah, no. You tell him, Seth. That's the code. I get it. I get it.
I guess Solemn is up there creature wise. Really, it's not up overall, but as far as creatures, like it is up there.
It's more than Dockside.
I mean, it's also colorless, I guess. But see, I played the Toskies.
We found the other Toski player. There's a Toski.
Wow, a lot of Urbrosks.
Walking Ballista.
A lot of Hedron crabs. I got some weird creatures on this list. I guess I'm the Ugin player too.
Oh, you are the Ugin player. You're the Planeswalker player. You play a lot of Planeswalkers, actually.
I think it's partly that Karth deck driving up the numbers this season, but still, like, that is a lot. Man, maybe I am Crim light. Oh no,
you're Crim with like green added because you play Cultivate.
You like to you like to think that we're different, right, Seth, in what we play, but are we not the same?
Yeah, it's kind of looking that way.
I want to show this to like Tomer and ask him like, whose list is this? I guess the Cultivate will give it away, but if we just cover the Cultivate
and Tangled for Hedron.
Also, maybe the 6 Zoff consumptions.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention.
That's how you know that I really love.
Wait. So do we unironically like it now? Is it not D anymore?
I unironically play it in a lot of decks now, so I think it's moved up to C maybe or something like that.
It's just so funny to get people with.
That's just one opponent.
You drain everyone.
Oh, do you drain everyone?
You drain everyone for 4.
Yeah, I think you drain everyone, but you still only get 4 life.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or otherwise, if it would gain as much life
as damage, doesn't even know what it does.
That would be, yeah. Wait, Swords to Plowshares. Was there actually no Swords or Path in Richard's spell list? So you weren't.
Ooh.
I didn't see it.
Oh, I don't remember.
Phil thinks I'm trolling in every podcast.
I can't believe it. Who doesn't play Swords?
we have a stat on that. We'll get to that. But Zoff consumption better than Swords to Plowshares. Mark it down, folks.
I at first was laughing at how bad that card was, but then now I think after the season I've seen the light. maybe I had it ranked at D, Stone Unplayable. It's moving up, man.
I think it could actually be a C or a B. You know, like I've actually changed my mind on that one too.
Yeah, like it seems like a meme, right? Like this card is so bad, right? But like in a casual game, like dude, that card like randomly puts in work.
I mostly just play it because it's funny if you can kill someone with it. I don't even know if I think it's good. It's kind of like Mana Tithe. Like it's just so funny when it actually gets someone.
Oh yeah,
many things.
And I think that's why it's great. Like you just like we lost, right? Was it this season where we actually lost to Zoff consumption?
Yeah,
somebody killed us.
I think it was last season. Someone died to a Zoff consumption. But there's many times where people have gotten got or almost gotten got by Zoff consumption. We really try hard to make it work. Celestis, deck of many things. Seth has weird artifacts here.
I like Celestis a lot. I play that over the kicker one that everyone else plays usually. The looting is really good. Deck of many things I stand by being like really underrated. I know it doesn't work for Richard.
That was a single-handedly worst card. It turned my deck into like a Z or something. Like it went so backwards. Rhystic Study, Sylvan Library, Phyrexian Arena, Smothering Time. Oubliette. Should we be playing
Oubliette?
Oubliette, I think it's really
Crim
good.
Play Oubliette? It's like very efficient removal. Like very strong removal, I think. Like phasing is crazy for commanders.
I think it's very good in like the right pockets. But like for the most part, like the games where it did its most work was like when I was playing like Dimir, right? And Seth like took out my Scarab God. Dimir has like -5 ways against like enchantments except for Feed the Swarm. You only have one Feed the Swarm. So
Boom Pile. Ugin.
Oh, yeah. So and Boom Pile, sure. So now you have 2 outs.
I mean, that's also the thing that sacrifices an enchantment. I don't know.
But it's so slow, regardless, right? Like, otherwise, it is a slow removal spell, right? It's not instant speed, and oftentimes I do need the instant speed more than I do, like, cause like, Oubliette it's okay.
But it deals with commanders in a very efficient way.
It does. It does.
I mean,
So
I don't
this-
play it as well most of the time, but now that I think about it, seems like a Crim card.
A card that's probably going to, so the cards that I think are going to spike up in my play in Commander are going to be cards like Wash Away, that red curse.
Oh, God.
And because already those have just made their way into every deck list that I play.
I always forget about the Wash Away, but yeah, it seems pretty good.
Dispelling
Yikes.
a Commander
I
is
think I
very
didn't play it
cash
yet.
money, Phil. It's very cash money.
I want to point out Seth is a responsible player with 2 rest in pieces. This is like the first piece of graveyard hate we've seen. Like Bajuka Bog hasn't shown up on any of these lands lists. Like we don't even care for that.
We've been talking about that for years too, playing more graveyard hate, and we still don't do it.
It's just not worth.
I
We
try
don't
to
see
play
scavenger
cost is
grounds. We don't
pretty
see
low.
Bajuka Bogs. We're not seeing like any of this. Voidwalkers are graveyard hate, and that's it.
Why is Bastion of Remembrance so popular this season? Not that it's like played in high numbers, but I feel like I've seen Bastion of Remembrance from my list and Seth's.
Is that
list.
just the Blood Artist enchantment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But
if
it
you play
makes
an
a 1/1.
aristocrat deck, then it's like kind of an auto include basically. So maybe we just played a lot of sacrifice decks this season.
Is that true? Okay, maybe it is.
I mean, you played Tevish Sap a bunch, so
Yeah,
yeah.
that would fit in the same deck.
But Tevish, okay, yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, you're right.
All right, lands, nothing special, just a Vesuva in there. They're basic lands. All right, Phil.
Value.
Phil. How many Agent of Treacheries are we gonna see here? Well, Phil's pretty well rounded.
Yeah.
I mean, it was my first year of playing Commander, so I tried different stuff, except Mono Red. I'm not really interested in this. I don't think I played it ever. I'm not interested in doing it yet.
Pretty interested
But
in
the
the
rest?
blue though.
Yeah,
Agent
and
of Treachery.
green. Yeah. Blue and green are like
Oh,
by
you're
far
another
best.
5-color player.
5 color though. Ooh.
Five
I am.
Phil-
color decks.
Phil might
It
have
has
the most
been really
diverse list
fun.
overall, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it would be up to me, I'd play Timur every game and just copy creatures. But with all these themes, I didn't remember playing 5 color decks and a lot of Rakdos.
Playing a lot of colors we don't play. Is it Sultai, Teamer, Simic?
Naya. When did I play Naya?
It
Wait,
has
Naya.
been fun watching Phil and his first season into Commander, right? Like in him exploring what he likes. And Phil may not believe it with his code, but he's trending in the direction of people that would probably play in a Crim pod. You say what you want about your code, but you, Seth, am I the bad influence, or are you all just secretly let me get martyred out here? Like, I feel like we are all very much so in a pod where I think people don't like some of these cards, except for Richard. Richard just plays Honest Magic and Land Destruction.
I mean, there's a bit of a guilty pleasure to playing Crim cards. And, I mean,
Give in,
Agent
Phil.
of Treachery
Give
is
in.
sweet.
Phil
I think
just
Seth,
does
you're
like,
seeing Seth. You're seeing Seth. He's slowly admitting to it. You may as well get started.
Phil plays all the cards. He's like too embarrassed to play 1v1, like to Fairy Time Raveler or whatever. But then like in Commander's like, whatever, it's fair game. And then just like unleashes like all these like crazy cards, but except Ugin. Ugin's like where the line is.
Nah,
Oh, Ugin.
Ugin is off limits. Ooh.
There's
Agent
Agent
of Treachery, Seagate Restoration, Lightning Greaves.
Blatant Thievery made it on. That was a card. Didn't you learn about that card like the beginning of the season, or like have a revelation about it? And now it made it
Yeah,
to
there was
the-
a
to
little
the top
saga
list.
there.
Yeah.
So, Crim played it, and I was very impressed by the card. And since then, I put it in every deck to get Crim back. But before I could have cast it, Crim cast it against me, stole it from my deck with a Fallen Shinobi. Bit of a saga there with Blade the Thievery. Very sweet card, though. Whew.
Look at Phil's list of cards. I'm just going to point it out again. Agent of
Yeah,
Treachery is
that's
up
very
there,
creamy.
right? You have Dimir Signet. Talisman of Dominance is the Dimir one. And then blatant theme.
Yeah, because
Phil,
otherwise I play Farseek and Nature's Law. Why would I play the Simic Talisman or something?
soon, Phil, those green cards are going to rotate out, and you're going to understand the ways. And opposition will replace some of those cards.
This is becoming a Crim
Avenger
pod.
of
I see
Zendikar
it.
as well.
This is happening. Avenger of Zendikar is here. This is like the greatest 7 mana I lose the game card ever. I think every time Phil has cast this, he's like instantly murdered on the spot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure why he keeps putting it in his deck.
It's pretty good if you survive, but I actually never do. Yeah.
Those tokens need reach. That's what we need.
Yeah,
we need
that's-
upgraded.
And trample.
There's all those Vivians.
Oh, there's an opposition. 3 opposition agents.
Opposition
I'm sorry,
agents.
I guess.
I don't remember Crim Week
Oh.
happening 3 times.
Oh,
So.
yeah. Same, actually. That's
Played
weird.
Enchantress
Yeah, Phil?
3 times.
Wow,
Yeah, Phil.
Wow, he really
You're
likes
gonna be-
swords. Swords is so high.
You're going
on
to
this
become a
list.
great commander player. I like it. We're
Wow.
all in good company.
I'm surprised Hagrid Mauling's not up here, given how much he
Yeah,
likes
spell
swords.
is a little light on MDFCs, I would say. Could
Yeah.
probably have a few more in there.
I should probably play more of them. It feels like sometimes I feel like auto includes are boring to include.
Yeah, but
But I
S
should
tier
probably
ones.
play
He has Balagad and Ondu Inversion.
Yeah, Balagad is something else. Balagad and Secret Restoration. Whew.
But no Tangled Floor Leader in.
Yeah, that's weird. Triggers Risen Reef, but also no Risen Reef. But for this, I have to play Simic, so it doesn't have. But Oko, I'm sorry. 3 Okos.
The difference, he's Crim, but he apologizes. Crim just laughs as he plays Oko.
Yeah.
Phil's like, oh, sorry, guys.
It's
One nonsense.
You say what you want, but look, Phil will get to that point where he finally understands. I do not apologize. There's no point in hollow apologies. Don't worry, Phil. You'll get there. You'll be like, soon you're gonna opposition agent with the biggest ear to ear.
It's the opposite. Phil is enhanced Crim. He's like Crim, but he embraces the power of green with Nissa Vital Force.
Yes.
Garrick Wild Speaker. He's actually upgraded Crim.
That's trending in the wrong direction, Phil. Don't worry.
We gotta knock the green out of him.
yeah, that's what has to happen.
Well, 4 wild growths. I thought that was Tomer bringing up the wild growth numbers, but it's actually Phil.
Oh yeah, because I play a lot of Enchantress.
Oh, you do like the Midnight Clock. You do have
Yes.
Midnight Clock.
It is good.
So many mana rocks. Mana
Yeah,
rocks
I
and
like
Great Henge.
ramping. Yeah. Great Henge is, I mean, that's very good, right? Out of time. Ristic Study 3. Promise next time, no Ristic Study. No way.
Wait,
This
what's
card
Corner Grace?
just-
Is that the white one?
That's
Yeah.
a lot
Yep.
one, yeah.
Yeah, I always try to get away with this, but I never draw it when I play a Pillow Fort deck. Seems good if you can keep the Monarchy.
Oh, and Phil's got the Chromatic Lantern still. It's interesting that we each had a different 3 mana rock that we played frequently, but we don't agree on which one.
Oh, yeah, Chromatic Lantern over the Skyclave. Skyclave isn't even on there. Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe because I played so many 5-color decks. I guess that's the reason. I
Where's your world tree?
expect to play.
Your world tree isn't on your lands list.
I mean, I played 5-color decks, and the
that's
lowest
true.
number is 8, so
Yeah.
All right.
only 8 Reliquary Tower. That's probably a mistake, but okay.
That's why you keep discarding the hand size after your Risen Reef turns. All right.
It's
so,
starting to look like it's time, right, to just auto include Reliquary Tower in everything, right?
I thought it
It
was,
should be,
though.
right? I always
Yeah.
forget it, though. It's-
I'm a little bit late. I never draw my lands, so I don't know. I'm just learning about lands. It's
You
a
need
new
to see them
thing that
discard
they
a
just-
hand
They just put
size.
out this year.
when you miss your land drops.
Oh,
You see?
Yeah, actually, yeah. That's a very good point. Yes.
All right. So on Tuesdays, we do the Commander Clash podcast. And it's me, Seth, Crim, Tomer. We haven't figured out how to fit in the crew because 5's too much. But we're just gonna hoist our opinions onto Phil here and compare. You know, we do the tier list rankings on the podcast, right? So we're gonna check in to see how true we are, and if we need to go back and revisit some of our rankings. So spot removal. So Phil, you thought I was trolling.
Yes, actually, but I guess not.
Let's take a look. Crim with the 12 Hagra Maulings.
Yep.
That should be higher than an A. That's an S.
Yeah, that is incredible. Actually, Seth likes Hagra Mauling a lot too. He actually plays it more.
Yeah, I played in basically any deck that I have black mana in. Maybe not 5 color every time, but pretty close.
So, Swords to Plowshares at A. Crim 3, Seth 5, Richard 0, Phil 7.
It's such an outing, dude.
Path to Exile 1141. Yo, I think add up the column. I think Crim plays more Hagra Maulings than like all my removal combined across.
Dude, that card is so good.
It is really good.
I'm so happy Seth plays it as much as he does. You all should be playing it. In this color, there is never a reason not to play this card.
I mean, it seems like this lines up with our rankings pretty well. Like overall, I would say.
Deadly
like, pretty
Rollick.
close.
Apparently, we put it as A, but 3 of us have goose eggs for it. That's a simple one.
I
That just goes
refuse to play those. I hate to
have
play those
6.
those commander cards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even though I know
feel
it's
you a little
A, I
shit,
still
yeah.
like
It's-
don't play it. Even though I think it's good a lot of the
Mythos
time.
of Nethroi. You know, that's just like better Vindicator. Like, no one.
I don't think we play
Did we play
it's
Abzan.
free
Abzan at
to us,
all?
yeah.
No, we didn't play Abzan.
I don't think we had many Abzan decks. Yeah.
I mean,
So Crim and Phil don't believe in Generous Gift, but they do believe in Feast Within. So they probably just played more green, shockingly, than white.
Somehow, yeah.
I play more Mortifies and Doomblade. Wait,
I don't know where these Mortifies even came from. Must be a typo.
I don't even know.
Did someone play
Like,
Doomblade?
Me.
Yeah. Crim played a Doomblade.
For a meme?
I don't know how,
Classic.
how was that possible.
I don't know how that got like. And think about it. Mortify is in white, so there is Generous Gift.
Oh, Phil, so whenever the numbers look wrong, what you do is you blame it on viewer submitted week. So it's like,
Yeah.
must be a viewer
yeah.
deck. That's doing
That's
Doomblade in
noted,
there.
That's probably why I played those cards, Mortify and Doomblade. By the it has to be viewer submitted list. There's no way I would play those cards.
Yeah. So Hagra Mauling is the truth, is what I've learned from this. Crim loves
Yeah.
it so much.
It is an
Agreed.
S.
It
It is
really
S
is.
plus. It's double S. It's quad S. It is an Avengers level answer. I love it.
Right. So Mana Rock tier list. So Seth pointed out we all play different 3 mana value Mana Rocks,
It's weird.
even though we ranked on them, and I think we generally agreed on all of them, except Celestis.
Richard.
Guy played Relic.
Whew.
I
Oh. Yeah.
thought I'd play that more, and I should probably.
You guys play
But Midnight Clock. Whew.
severely low numbers. Crim doesn't like chucking his hand away because he's just holding all counter spells.
Yeah, I mean,
Why would I do that? That's weird. I don't want to throw away my spells.
No
Victory
Worn
Chimes-
Power Stone from Crim.
makes sense. He gave it a C or D,
Yeah, he
right?
didn't like it. But what was the other one? The Coalition Relic? So only Seth plays Coalition Relic and Crim as well.
Wait a minute. Why does it say rank A for Worn Power Stone? I never gave it an A.
This is the group.
I think it's the
ranking.
overall.
This is
Yeah,
the,
the
we
overall
averaged it all
consensus.
together.
Okay.
This is what it turned out to be.
Yeah, I wouldn't play that. That's garbage. So, like, I would never play Worn Power Stone.
My 5 Celestises.
I can't believe you play Celestis.
It's so good.
Curse
Who
Mirror
played
0.
Replicating Ring and Alter the Pantheon? Who? Phil. So Phil. Phil didn't
why
rank
did
them,
I-
so he has an excuse. Why did I play Replicating Ring? Gotta be. a
Why did
viewer
I
deck.
play these?
Gotta be.
Viewer deck.
Gotta be. Gotta be viewer deck.
No, I'm pretty sure. I think no, it was either like a Tomer deck or a Viewer deck. Because I'm pretty sure we played it. We're like, is this good? We're like, well, why is this here? We play a lot of Strixhaven Stadiums, apparently.
Cards
Oh
get-
no,
I
I
don't
know,
remember playing it
I know
that
why.
much, but-
I know why I got them. We did play Historic Brawl Week, And I play Alta and Replicating Ring there.
Oh,
because I
that would
played
make
Karuga.
sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, that might be why I played it too, because it probably is like legit in Brawl. When you
Yeah, I
don't have
played
as many
Karuga
options.
with Joda, so I had to play all these 3-mana rocks.
All right.
And it's okay. There's not too many 2-mana rocks there.
Top 10 cards from 2021. Oh, I've been called out as the Urza Saga player.
Richard,
World
you know
Treat?
this
Oh,
isn't
Phil
modern.
did World
but-
Treat every deck.
You know it's not modern, right? Because I feel
Why
like
would
you
you
may
not
not
play
know
it?
that.
Wait, Seth.
How can you play Mana Crypt that are beyond playing Urza Saga? I don't understand.
How does Seth only have 2 World Trees? Do you just forget about it in 5 color?
It's gotta be that I forget about it, because
Okay,
it should
it's-
be there every
I-
time, and I think
Yeah.
I just forget. Yeah.
I just bank on drawing it in 5 color and don't worry about the rest of the mana base. It's just so
I
good.
definitely should have more Voidwalkers. One is kind of embarrassing because that card's really good. I think it must be another one that I forget about.
I think all my Voidwalkers came after we did that podcast. Now I start playing it everywhere. Crim ragging us for Toski. He has 2 Toskis. He's
I don't know how those got on viewer submitted list. Viewer submitted list. I don't know how those aren't mine. I was holding them for a friend. Like I don't know how they got there.
Yamamaya Cradle of Growth. Okay, 1/3/1/5 for an S card.
You know why I played it though, because I have Acid Rain.
I think Seth was fighting really hard for this. He's played a lot more green than 3.
It's really good. Yeah. But a lot of those are 5-color decks. 5-color decks make it tough. But maybe, I mean, it is S, so I guess, maybe I gotta bump my rating down to like A. Because I don't always play it in 5-color decks. I don't remember what I said in the podcast, honestly, but we all played Realm Walker. It's actually pretty evenly split between everyone.
I thought we were actually pretty split in the podcast about Realm Walker, but I guess it's only 2. I guess it's
No,
like
Cards Gas. I think I rated that at a decent rating, at least a B, yeah. Because I think their card's just pretty good. Hullbreaker Horror is the one that I caught on to way too late. Larry the Lobster is the truth. Larry the Lobster is so good. Like, oh my god, is it good? It's disgusting how good that card is. He's my best friend. And I didn't notice, I don't know this if this is true or not, but people are saying this is the thing that was in the ice. If you look at the
Isn't
artwork,
thing in the ice the thing that's in the ice? I mean, it's the flip
what was the
side.
backside of Thing in the Ice called? Is that it? Is that
No,
the
but the
Awoken
thing-
Horror.
Awoken
I
Horror,
think,
but
right?
this is now Awoken
Oh,
Horror.
so it's maybe it's
yeah.
it's another timeline or something. Yeah,
it's the
okay.
same thing. So
It looks similar.
yeah, and
You're right. Yeah.
so I think a card that I downplay how much I enjoyed was probably Dothy Voidwalker and Meatball Massacre. Like I ended up adding, these are cards that I just added more and more as the year went on. These cards
Yeah,
are just so good.
Especially Dorothy, it like warps the game so hard. It's kind of hard to like. As soon as you play any spell, it's like, oh, but the Voidwalker will flash it back. It's like so much impact for 2 mana. I should
think
probably
I-
play it more often, but
I gave Voidwalker a B, I think, and this card probably deserves to be much higher than that. And Meatball Massacre, I don't even know if that was ever rated on anything. I've just started to throw that into everything.
Yeah.
Haunting
Sword of Hearth
Voyage
and Hope,
is
No
also
Believers,
good.
Goose Eggs, and then I have 6.
Yeah, you held it down for Hearth.
That's got to be a big discrepancy here.
You play the equipment decks though. Like I would play Sword of Hearth and Home if I played more equipment decks, but I think
play
that's
equipment
kind
decks.
of
I
the
just
issue.
put equipment in all my decks.
All of your decks are equipment decks.
All my decks are also white weedy. But
Yeah,
all right.
that's true.
here's it. Do you pay the 1? We have actual data to see how fair and balanced these cards actually are. Heuristic Study, turn 4. So the turn is when it was plopped down onto the battlefield, followed by how many cards it
turn
was drawn.
2.
Turn 4, 12 cards. Turn 2, 9 cards.
Pretty good.
Turn 7. You think turn 7, you're all out of gas. Wrong. 11 cards. 3 mana,
That's
draw
when we were trying
an
to mill
average
them out.
of 11 or something, right? Yeah, it seems.
We're gonna mill them out.
Esper Sentinel. Turn 1, 6 cards. Turn 2, 2 cards. Turn 8, 1 card.
Definitely much fairer.
Much fairer.
I mean, it triggers only once each turn. It's
Yeah.
probably the fair part.
So can you sleep at
easier to
night looking
kill.
at these numbers, Seth?
I honestly, I've just
These
started
are
playing more
inflated
Ristic
by
Studies. I've just started playing more Ristic Studies because I realize how good it is because people like me exist who refuse to pay for it. So
It's so
Yeah.
it's so broken. 3 mana, draw 12. But like not even like it's like better than that because you don't like you don't have to discard a hand size. You just draw it over time.
yeah, so
Right?
good.
Like,
That card's insane, and it's a common. So over the top.
yeah. All right, Magic Online. How did Magic Online hold up? 13 moto fails, 1 game-ending technical difficulty. That's better. I think last season we had like 4. Like last season, Moto was not having it. I think we had around the same number of Moto fails. But we had crazy turns this year where Moto held
Yeah.
up. Like
Moto's been
shockingly.
better. Yeah, better.
Yeah, I
than
was kind of
thought it.
impressed. Yeah, especially Chaos Week. Like there were a lot of fails, but it did hold up while wild stuff was happening.
And a fail is just like any bug, right?
Yeah, any like consequential bug, right? Like not
Okay.
so like anything with the rule. But basically, the editor had to put a note in. It was like a fail. And memorable moments.
Alley-oop.
We had turn 1 Jewel Lotus, Swords to Plowshares. The week after,
Richard.
I poo-pooed on Swords to Plowshares. We had the
Richard
car oil
timeout.
win. We gave Crim too much credit. We're like, he has a win con and Snapcaster beats, but no, his win con is actually the clock.
That's how I roll, dude.
Josh G, Sky Swallower Alley-oop. That was my favorite week because there's just so
Yeah.
many weird things that happened. How like one viewer got 2 decks in somehow without us knowing, and they synergized and came together to win the game. Like it was just a wild game.
That was my favorite of this. Yeah, that's my favorite episode of the season too.
I was
At
here
some
for this.
point-
We had a game of chaos where apparently Crim dealt like 1,000 damage and somehow lost still.
Wait, did he?
Yeah, because
Did he lose?
I switched the targets, right? So Crim played the game of chaos on me, and then I switched it to Seth and Crim, and they duked it out forever,
Yeah.
pretty much. I think there
feel
was
like
a
I
way
was at like
for them to
negative
win
life
against
for a
me
lot
there.
of flips.
Well, yeah,
You
because
remember
that's
that?
when we found that out. Like it's like because technically the spell has to resolve, so you can
don't
go
die
negative.
when you go to
you
negative
can-
life. So we just
Yeah.
like kept going and kept going. Yeah.
So the thing there was, we had an enchantment on the table that prevented actual drawing. I don't know what exactly it was. So I don't know who controlled it. So if the one who controlled the thing that prevented me from drawing myself to death, because whenever I had something, the Cinder Split, I think, that let me draw a card whenever a player wins a coin flip. So I would have drawn my entire deck after this resolved if the player who had the enchantment that prevented drawing would die in the game of chaos. So I think there was a chance that you guys could have teamed up and killed me with this, but luckily nobody thought about it. I don't know. You just check the comments if anybody's interested. I probably botched the explanation, but I think there was a way that you could have made me lose this. Luckily
Interesting.
you didn't.
I before we change this slide, I hope Pennzoil or whoever, when Richard eventually reveals his oil,
Sponsorship.
gets like, can we just have like 1 week? I just want to have 1 week where like, hey, by the way, this stream is brought to you by Pennzoil.
It was a long time. We're setting up for season 12 sponsor.
Please, just 1 car oil sponsorship one time.
50,000 subscriber video. If we change our car oil. Turn it to a
videos brought to you
DIY
by-
channel.
And also, like, a moral of the story here is the two other things I'd like to note is that moral of the story, Richard, you know, be careful what you ask for because you may get it with the you can swords this. Wait, hold on. And then second off, hopefully whenever things return to normal at some point and we're at a commands or like whatever command fest or MTG Vegas, we actually get to meet Josh G. like Josh G, like the episode pretty much went to Josh G.
The legend. All right, I think that's it. I think that wraps up season 11. It was a crazy season. Phil's first season of Commander. How did you find Commander? He was like all nervous and stuff about Commander. And then he cast a few Agent of Treacheries and he got right into it.
Not so nervous anymore, huh? I saw those stats. Not so nervous anymore, Phil.
I kind of expected that Commander would be my favorite format, but it's so cool. I kind of stopped playing Arena right now and went to Commander on MTGO until Kamigawa releases. It's just so much fun. Kind of what I expected, but it's so cool. Yeah. And you can play all the cards. Woo. I
think that was one of the coolest things, right? Like when you're I had the same experience when I first got on to Goldfish. And I remember my first deck was Lazav, and I like turn 1 try to kill people, right, with Infect, or like turn 2, and then like if like you know what I mean, like Vector Asp and like Draco in the graveyard, you know what I mean, and like that was, and then the second deck was like Amanatu. So I like seeing how Phil like starts off with like his powerful decks and his code, and then slowly it just becomes this timeline of, there's Blatant Thievery, there's Agent of Treachery, but also, how do I power down my deck?
Yeah, I want to, like, I will never play Ristic Study again, for example, but I also want to tone down a bit on, like, Ancient Tomb, maybe? Although Ancient Tomb is fine, I guess Mana Crypt is the one that really, I guess I would cut Soul Ring, but everybody else plays it, so I guess I play it as well. But the fast mana is kind of crazy. That gets to some pretty uncontrollable starts and makes me the enemy of the table. Maybe that's not too good in the long run.
I mean, you die after you cast your fast manas. I don't know if it's a power level. That's like actively nerfing yourself.
Yeah.
There is very much so a reason, like when why I don't play Soul Ring on turn 1 sometimes. If I don't actually have a way to play something that's able to like not like go up against multiple people, I just don't.
So I'm surprised we haven't had the Ancient Soul Ring opening.
I genuinely, I'm not even joking. I do.
That might actually be good if you don't have a follow up to the Soul Ring on turn 1. It might be better to just keep it, to keep the ball low there. Yeah.
You wouldn't play your command like combo out. Right? I mean, Tomer might, but the thing here is you wouldn't leave your command like your combo out on the table.
I mean, while I say that that's a good idea, I will always play the Soul Ring on turn 2.
You can top deck the second half of your combo, Crim.
Yeah?
You can always top
anytime.
deck.
I mean, look, I'll take advice from Richard. He's the one that every season comes on. He's like, hey, everybody, let's get the group together. Let's do a stats episode. Hey, everybody, look how many wins I got. He's like Tom Bradying us, hitting us with these rings in our face all the time. Maybe
every
next season.
I think Seth might have a higher win rate. Depends on how many games we missed. Because we just count like net, right? So depending on how many games we missed.
I think we forgot to say it this episode, like with every episode. Next season, we're going to kill Richard more, right?
Richard
right?
first.
Yeah, you got to kill Richard first, right?
Make the New Year's resolution. You need to make the pact right here. And then I'll see you guys at the end of game 1 next season. And you guys are like, remember what we agreed to? Like, Crim has an opposition agent. Kill him first.
I'm just saying, like I won't be there for season 12, but I hope you actually keep actually this is the exact same trajectory every season. Hey everybody, we should actually do this. Beginning of first episode. Yeah, let's kill Richard this time. Anybody else does anything. Let's kill them. Let Richard live. So, you know what? No point in saying it.
you guys don't respect the cards. You guys think I play Secret Rendezvous, it's somehow helping you, and you just leave me alone. Whereas I just pulled off the greatest scam of all time. That's a Mystic Study right there.
The problem for next season is Tomer's back, and he's really good at dying first. So that's going to be an extra hurdle for getting Richard out first.
That's because Tomer half plays out his combo. Hey everybody, this is my Orvar. He's a combo piece. Check this out.
Wait, why'd you kill me? Why'd you kill me? Come on.
Don't kill me.
All right, I'm sure Tomer has learned. He had the full season to watch the tape, right?
I don't know. He died first every time he came out. So he clearly did something.
It was experimental. That's like preseason, right? You're just like, trying new strats. He's learned from Phil. Just don't turn him on Soul Ring. Don't get yourself killed. Somehow that ended up getting Seth killed. So we have some strats here to mitigate this. And worst comes to worst, you play Solemn and then no one will attack you. That's what we've learned. No one wants to give you the card draw.
Solemn's just more powerful than 99% of my creatures. It trades with Opposition Agent. I just can't get through that. That thing's a wall.
All right, so that wraps up season 11. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what stats you want to see. We pull like different stats every season. We're going to take a 1 week break, and then we are going to be back with season 12 of Commander Clash with Anything Goes. We usually kick it off with Anything Goes. So until next time, see ya.